everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here, and today I'm going to be doing something I haven't made in a while, and that is this style of jar lid. And this jar is one of these gasket type jars that I got from the Dollar Tree, and now they are no longer dollar jars, they are $1.50 jars, as with everything that's going up. So the $1.50 jar, the $1.50 tree, is providing me the jar today that I will be painting on. And I've already done one, and primarily this color palette. And since the jars I sell normally sell as singles, I thought I would take the opportunity to make a jar, another jar with you, with a very similar color palette, but changing the last color by itself. So I'm going to go take you through my thought process here as I start to talk through this. So as far as my colors go, so I've got, these are my recycled paint scraps. And these are the scraps that I scoop up when I'm painting, and I put in a little cup. I strain them out, and then I reuse them. So I'm using this gray. This is a really pretty gray. So this is a base, the basis of this is my typical Glidden 6011N pillow paint with colors that I've taken, scooped up off of the spinner as I've accumulated paints. So what I do is I put it through a strainer and I strain it out and get it to the point where I can reuse it again. And it's really good when it's, in this condition, it's thicker. So this is perfect for stuff like these yo-yos and ornaments. And you really can't tell the difference because the paint on top covers up the pillow paint. So I'm really happy about that. I think I have a video showing you how I strain my paint. I will have to look that up. If I find it, if I think of it, I will also link that above. So my colors today. So what I've got for colors, I've got this here. It's a nice mellow yellow. And this is a combination of these two. So I have Naples yellow light, Naples yellow dark, and I wanted something in between the two. I need Naples yellow medium. So that's what I've created for myself. Now this color here is Golden's primary yellow, which you've seen me using lately. This is my Golden's iridescent silver. And by the way, I love Golden paint. I'm not an affiliate. They don't do any affiliates. I just am speaking freely. Of all my paints, I would say Golden is the favorite for me. This is Ocean Green by Master's Touch. This is a combination of Pearl Sea Green by Arteza and this Blue Baby Blue by DecoArt. Now, on my other creation, which I will inset above here if I can, I used Golden's Payne's Gray as the last color down in this creation by Golden. Came out really pretty, and I'll show you the picture of it. Now I'm going to use, if you look over here to my left, I can't show you because I'm not going to stop the camera, but I have a lot of tubs with a lot of paints in it, like this. But I really wanted to use this one as my last color down, but it's way too thick. Like this one, it's just gotten too thick. When my paints get this thick, I can't do anything with them. It's just goop, glob. The only thing I could do with this is maybe mix up another batch, and if it was too thin, add a little of this for thickening. But I'm not doing that now. I'm just going to get rid of this stuff. I often have paints that sit around a little while in between doing different color palettes, and then I can't get to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little cerulean turquoise phthalo by Golden. And it's a little thick, but I think I can make it work. But I wanted a darker color on the outside that goes with this color palette, and we'll see how this works. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't, we'll see. So let's get started. I'm going to lay down my pillow paint. Get this going. Most importantly is getting in that groove. And what I'll probably do here is I'll probably just manually put my finger right in the groove and make sure I got pillow paint in there, because I've said this in other videos of this hourglass kind of jar. This part right here is the trickiest because air bubbles will accumulate in there, and also paint will tend to want to stay away from that spot. So what I do now, what I think I'm going to do going forward, I did it on the first one, it worked out perfect. I'm just going to let the paint come down, and I am stretching it out first of all to start with here to get this pretty covered up. And I'm just going to run my finger right into it. Just make sure I've got it. See, I got an air bubble right there. I know you didn't see that, but the air bubble popped out. And now I can cover up the rest of this. I got way too much paint here, but I got to make sure that I got that hourglass bend right here. And then I'm going to get underneath a little bit. Oh, I forgot to show you how I had it taped off. Oh, well. Maybe I can show you later. Okay, so we got everything covered. And these are, of all the jars, these are the trickiest little buggers. They're tricky. They are tricky because there's so many curves and plateaus. It looks like I got another air bubble coming in here. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that, but I think that's another air bubble going in there. Yep, look. I'm giving you an instant replay in slow motion. Look, I just blew it. I don't know if you can see that. If you get the air bubble and you don't blow it out, it's going to dry, popping, and then you have a big blank spot. You don't want that. This is a big tip, guys. Oh, piece of tape fell. Okay, I'm going to run this through here. All right. Yeah, this is the bugger part of these guys, is getting that totally covered up in there. Is that an air bubble? Oh my goodness. There, the air bubble. Another air bubble. Okay. Yeah, this pillow paint is a little thicker because it is recycled. All right, my first color down. Boy, we're already 8 minutes in. All right, first color is my Naples Yellow combo. By Golden. And I don't know how this is going to turn out because I have not played with that last color. So what you see is what we get. But I'll tell you, jars are a cute little creation because you can do so much with them. You can fill them and give them, sell them. You can use them at home in the bathroom or in the pantry, in the kitchen. There's lots of things you can do with these. Next color, which is this aqua, this green, ocean green, Master's Touch. This is the combination with Arteza, the baby blue. And last color is this Golden's Turquoise Thello, which is a little thick. We'll see how this goes, because I'm really at the bottom of the barrel, but I wanted to use this color up. I mean, it's still good enough, I think, for something small like this. I can get away with it. I am really showing you how stingy I am. I got a blooper in here, so I got to be careful not to export that. Okay, I think that's going to have to be it. Okay, I'm going to center this up a bit. You got to be careful with these. You don't want them tipping right off the top. And I've got this on my spinner with several little 2-ounce cups underneath to lift it up off of the Noosa cup I've got there. All right, Amsterdam. I'm linking above here my American Floetrol Cell Activator recipe if you want to check that out. Titanium white. Oxide black. We're going to blow this bad boy out. Here we go. So as I usually do, I talk through the blowout, and I'm blowing straight down into that white and black cell activator to get it to open up in as much of a circle as possible and form a little ridge where the cell activator meets the paint. And once I see that little ridge form and maybe a couple cells pop up, I aim my blow at that ridge and blow the cell activator out over the paints and the paints out over the pillow. And because this is a very small creation, I have a tendency to blow right out to the edge of the top of this jar lid during the blowout, although I usually rely on the spinning to get the composition to spread out. But in this case, going to the edge and letting the composition fall where it may as I'm blowing this out. I have a really good tutorial, The Art of the Blow 419. I will link it above. It shows how the speed and the angle of your blow affect your composition. Definitely well worth looking at. It also has a little cheat in there. If you're having trouble finding your blow in the first place, there's a little cheat to help you find your mouth to your blow. Very different feel from the other one I did. It just feels like it's lopsided. I'm gonna blow in that little gap again. All right, we're gonna give this a whirl. Let's give it a spin. See what we get. It looks really cute, very cute. This is definitely lopsided. Once I get this done, I need to get it off there pretty quick. I'm gonna scoot it that way to keep those cells as much as possible and transfer this side off a little bit more. I'm gonna check the bottom, make sure I got covered up to where the tape is, just like I do in my ornaments. And actually, it all looks good. Let's see, a little blow here. Yeah, I'm sorry I did not show you the taping beforehand. Perfect. Let me take a break right here. So here's one of my other lids. It's chipped, so I can't use it, but I can use it for demonstration. I'll put the tape. So there's going to be a gasket that's going to go here. It's going to cover up most of this. So I usually tape. So if you look at this, you'll see where the glass line is there. That's about where I tape around this whole thing in a circle all the way around. And then I tape over the top of the lip, and then I put paper in there and I tape on the inside as well. And I also leave some at the bottom, like you can see, so I have a way of lifting it up at the end. So let's give it another spin. I just want to show you that because I forgot to show you. I know it's better to see it actually done. Yeah, this is really cattywampus. I don't know why. is really cute. It's very bright. It's a very energetic feeling to this. And I've mentioned this before in my creations. I often get a feel for my creations, feel for the colors. And as you see the tape down here, I'll be using that to lift with. And I do want to point out, while I'm cleaning this up a little bit, to check out my description where I have links to some of the products I use and also links to some educational type tutorials that I do a lot of functional art, and I have a lot of different just free full tutorials that you'll find on my playlist or in my description. So here she is. I'm going to pick it up from the tape so I'm not touching anything. And there she is. Isn't that cute? Okay. I'm going to run this over to the table in a second. Put this to bed. And I'll show you the final creations with this one and the other one that was made with the Payne's Gray so you can see the difference. Alrighty, I'll be back. So everyone, that's a wrap. And here are the wet results. The first here is with the turquoise phthalo, and the second one is with the Payne's Gray. You can see the difference there. I want to put out a quick advertisement here. I'm currently working on a one-stop, all-in-one full jar lid tutorial with the 3 different styles I have shown there. The one that we just created, the canister style, and then the regular straight-on jar lid type creation. This will be like my other private tutorials and will be the most comprehensive of all the tutorials I've got to offer so far. And for each of these styles, I will show you literally from start to finish, taping off to removing tape and finishing off in the end. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up in a couple weeks. And now I'm back to show you the resin results of the other 2 that we created today, the one with the phthalo turquoise on the left and the Payne's Gray on the right. And once again, I'm really happy with how these turned out. These jar lids do really well. And if you're interested, I hope you'll be looking me up for that jar lid tutorial when I have it available. And just a reminder, I would really appreciate it if you all left a comment and a thumbs up. And if you're able to hype the video, I'd really appreciate that as well. If you're new here, please consider joining me by subscribing, hitting the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. I work a lot in functional art and I have a lot of playlists, some of which I'll share little samples of at the end of this video. I will link at the end of this video the playlist for other jar lids if you want to see more type creations like this. And there I'm just showing you what the underside looks like when it's fully finished off. So I think that's all I have for now, everybody. And take care. Till next time.